Discouraging news. The Weight Watchers this week is get back on track. This person here needs to get back on track. I have to do something. Let's just get it over with because it's disturbing. And let me tell you, this is not an April Fool's joke. I so wish it was an April Fool's joke, but it is not. I gained 5.9. I even stumble trying to get it out. And I'll even show you because, I mean, you might think I'm lying. Well, I don't think you think I'm lying. Who would brag about gaining that much weight? I have no one to blame but myself. I feel like I shouldn't be on this channel. I'm such a hypocrite. I keep gaining and losing the same weight. I have lost, since I started on December 31st, I've lost 16.2 pounds, which I should be happy with. But I was way more than that when I was at my lowest of my weight. I had lost, what's my lowest was? Another 5 pounds. So I had lost almost 21 pounds. And I'm going the wrong way. And I'm a hypocrite. I really am. I get on here and I tell you what you should do, and I'm not following my own advice, and I'm just really pissed. I guess there's no other word for it. I am gonna do better. I just know I'm gonna. The next week is gonna be a nice weather, and I'm gonna be able to get out, and so I have to get back on track. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm making very poor choices. When I go out to eat, I pick the worst things. You can get good things to eat out. There are. I set myself up for failure because last Saturday I told you I don't know how well I'm going to do because I'm going out twice. I ended up going out 4 times. And so I set myself up for failure. So you have to listen to what you're saying. Me especially. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling myself because I need to snap out of it because... Enough about that. Enough of the self-gloom. I'm going to tell you about the meeting. The meeting, if I find that the meetings always seem to help me, they always talk about exactly what I need at the time that I need it. And like I said, this week is get back on track, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back on track. I do show you what I'm eating. I didn't show you when I was eating out. I should have, but that's where I went wrong when I was eating out and not showing you. I don't snack, per se. Because if I do snack, I do show you. But I eat such mass quantities of food, like the Coneheads from Saturday Night Live say, that's my downfall. I eat way too much. I eat like I'm 20, and I'm 66. Yep, 66. I had to think for a minute. I'm going to be 67 this year, but I'm 66, so I have to eat like a 66-year-old, not like a 20-year-old. My metabolism is nowhere near like a 20-year-old's, so I have to get back on track, and that's what I'm going to do. And what they talked about was exercising. And the very first line, overeating happens to all of us. Luckily, so can recovery. Think of an overeating episode as a chance to learn why it happened and how to return to your plan, not as a failure, but as a learning experience. So you need to forgive yourself, which I have. I've forgiven myself. And you have to remember that everybody goes through it, maybe not as bad as me, and to jump back on the plan and keep moving downward. So that's what I'm going to do. I know where I made my mistakes. Luckily, I'm not going to be eating out very much in the near future. I am going to be eating out now that I say that, but next Saturday, I'm going to Toronto for 4 days. I tend to lose weight when I travel. I don't like to eat when I drive because I just have issues. So I don't eat when I'm driving. And then when I'm out and about, if I'm not sure where a bathroom is, I don't eat because I have those issues. I have... irritable bowel syndrome, I know TMI. So I have to really watch what I eat when I'm out. Maybe I should remember that when I'm home, but I don't. So how it helps to know where your problems are is zero in on what led you to overeat, and you're more or less likely to skirt that situation next time. Mine is knowing that when I go out to eat, I'm going to make bad choices. There are good choices on a menu. I just don't pick them. I have to learn that if I'm going to go out to eat, I'm going to have to pick the healthier choice. I have to remember that this is a long process for me. This is not going to be a quick, and it's done. I have to It's a slow journey, and I have to take my time, and I have to learn from my mistakes. And trust me, mistakes, I've had a few. But then again, too few not to mention, because I've had too many, not too few. But you have to remember what your next step is, and after you've overdone it, get back in your driver's seat mentally and prepare yourself for the coming week, and that's what I'm going to do. Try to connect with your usual eating habits that were healthy. I told you last week that when I knew I was going to eat out, I was going to eat healthier earlier in the day, and that just didn't happen. What to do to overcome eating is the next part of the plan. Step 1, get rid of the problem food. Throw it out, put it down the disposal, walk it over to a neighbor, just move it from your environment. Unfortunately, the food that's in my house is not the problem. It's the food I get when I go out of my house. So I need to not go out of my house, like to a restaurant or something. I need to stay with my food that I have in the house. Track it. Number 2 is track it. Treat this food as you do all meals and snacks. Track it and move on. You might be surprised that it adds up to fewer smart points than you feared. That's not going to happen with me. I make poor choices, but maybe with you that might happen. Not to say that I have a defeatist attitude, because it sounds like I do, but I really, really, truly don't. Number 3, don't jump to conclusions. Watch out for unhelpful automatic thoughts like, I'm never going to lose this weight. I'm a terrible person. They just aren't helpful, and they're not true. So you have to think again. And see, I've already broke that rule because I'm really despondent. I'm really just like pushing on myself to being bad. Number 4, plan your next meal. Yes, really, plan your next meal. Skipping a meal will just leave you ravenous later on. Instead, think of a healthy, low smart points that you can make, a dish, and then check for recipes. There's recipes online that you can find that are healthy. I tend to eat the same food all the time. But in my defense, when I'm eating bad food, I eat the same food all the time. I could eat a Taco Bell every day. I'd order the same thing at Taco Bell. If I went to Burger King every day, I'd eat the same thing. So I have to get the mindset that I'm choosing healthy. And even though it seems monotonous, it's working for me when it's working. Because it was working. January and February, it was working for me. March rather, not so much. Number 5, reflect and regroup. What led you to overeat? Trace the steps back to the starting event, which can be a thought, something you saw or heard, or just a situation. Mine is saying, I'm going out to eat a couple times this week. I know I'm going to have a problem. I had the bad mindset right from the get-go. Think about how you were feeling when you got to where you were and what led you to keep on eating. I knew that when I went to the restaurant I was going to make bad choices. I went with the full intention of making bad choices, and guess what? I made bad choices. Knowing the answers can help you to prevent another lapse. That's my plan. I'm going to not do it. An unhelpful thought, which are the think again. I blew it. I blew it at lunch. I'm never going to lose any weight. And the helpful thought is I overate at lunch. Yes, it was a lapse, but it was in one meal, and it doesn't erase all the good work that I've done. I'll have to track and keep on moving. So that's what I'm going to do. Unhelpful. I went way over my smart points last night. I might as well eat what I want and start over next week. And the helpful thought is I went way over my smart points last night, but getting right back to my plan will help me hold my ground. And that's true. I agree with that. There were a couple bubbles that I did like this week. Treat yourself with the kindness and compassion that you have so willingly given to other people. I wish I could treat myself as well as I treat other people sometimes, because I just don't treat myself well sometimes. I never try to punish myself for overeating. It happens. I take charge at my next meal and get back on plan by tracking. That's what I need to do. If you overeat, track. It's a weight off your shoulders and you're maintaining control. That's what I have to do. I know it. All these are helpful bubbles. We've all been there. The key is not to fret about what you did, but what you need to do to get right back on track. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, this is not a thing I'm going to try because it's a dessert. And even though it's a Weight Watchers dessert, it's going to lead me astray. But it's a dark chocolate and sea salt tartlets. So it does look pretty good. So you might want to try that. At the meeting, we got, it was our grand opening, and Florine Mark was there on Monday. Denise and I were going to go, and we both forgot. So that wasn't good. But they gave us 10 ways to sneak in fitness into your day. They gave us a little sheet. While waiting around, nobody likes to stand in line. Here's a full body exercise routine to help pass the time. Squeeze your behind 10 times, tighten your stomach muscles 10 times, stretch your armwards downward, and then squeeze your triceps 10 times. Rise up on your toes and squeeze your calves 10 times. That's one. Number 2, while sitting around, improve your grip strength by holding a tennis ball at your desk at work and then just kind of keep squeezing it. That'll help you build some muscles like in your arm. That was another thing they told you, that you need to, only 25% of your weight loss is from exercise, but you need the exercise because your body doesn't discern whether they're getting their when you don't eat enough, whether they're getting their nutrients from, stuttering there, from muscle or fat. They don't care. They're going to get it from both. So you need to regroup that muscle. So you need to exercise to build up your muscles. And they said that 85% of people that lost all their weight and still exercised after they lost their weight kept their weight off. The 15% that figured, I've met my goal, I don't need to lose this anymore, that's the ones that gain. And you need at least 30 minutes a day, whether you do it all at once or like in 10-minute increments. But you need both cardio and strength training. And so they gave us a little band, you know, like one of those plastic stretchy bands, to do some like tension things to build up some muscles. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I got a charm because I did the 4 weeks. So I got my spring charm. I know I'm all over the place. Number 3, when you're at the supermarket, build strength by ditching your cart, bring your carry-on bags, and just put the stuff in the bags and put them over your shoulder, because then you'll have the extra weight, and of course you'll have security following you because they think you're going to steal. But you'll have the extra weight, and you won't probably buy as much because you'll have all of that. When you're working at your desk, try to use a stability ball to sit on. I could never do that. I have no balance. When you're brushing your teeth, this is what they told me to do when I had my knee replacements, is stand on one leg and brush like the one side of your mouth, and then stand on the other leg and brush the other side of your mouth. And you do that for 60 seconds and then switch back and forth. When you're making dinners, try to do some shoulder exercises and like roll your arms around. When you're getting out of a chair, try to get out of the chair without using their armrest. Just use your leg muscles. That'll help you. When you're watching TV, lift your legs. Do exercises, spread your legs, whatever you can. You use no calories sitting or sleeping. So if you're doing work around your house, gardening, vacuuming, washing your floors, activity you're doing, you're doing exercise. So that's what you need to do. We also got another prize. We got a little bag with little zippers. I'm going to use it next week when I go on vacation. You can put it's plastic zipper bags so we can put stuff in. Denise is going to use hers for her quilting stuff. And I won, which I shouldn't have won. I didn't deserve to win, but they had a raffle, and I won an MP4 player, MP4 music and video player, which I'm going to raffle off. So if anyone is interested, put your name in the comments below and tell me that you're interested in winning this award, this MP4 player. And I'll have a drawing next Saturday and see who won it, and I will ship it off to you so that that you'll get the benefits of having music. I have music on my iPhone. I have different tracks that I use for different days of walking, so I don't listen to the same music every day. But I'm back on track. Discouraged, yes I am, but I'm going to use this as a learning experience, as you should do in all of aspects of life. I'm done beating myself up. I know where I made my mistakes. I'm going to correct my mistakes. I'm going to get out there and walk this week. I'm going to make healthy choices as far as my food goes. I'm just not going to be discouraged. Christy was our biggest loser this week. She lost 2.2, and Denise lost 0.9, and I think Mary's just quit. I don't think Mary's going anymore. She's, I don't know. That's just what we do with my family. We quit. But I'm not going to quit. So stay with me, and I will see you next Saturday. And before I leave for Toronto, I'll do a meeting update. And I hope you like this video. So like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you next Saturday.